gosh, I've got the best granola bar recipe for you today. It's made with pumpkin, a super seasonal ingredient. So we're gonna start off by making a granola with oatmeal. So I've got about 3 cups of oatmeal here, and these are the rolled oats or old-fashioned oats, not quick oats. You want something that has some structure to it. So there we go, into my bowl. Next up, I'm gonna put about 1/4 cup of whole wheat flour in there. Just plain old whole wheat flour. I have 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. Now listen, in the recipe, I've got the ingredients for the pumpkin pie spice. So if you don't have pumpkin pie spice at home, you can make it with cinnamon, cloves, ginger, and nutmeg. So I've got 2 teaspoons of it right here. And then I have about 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt. All of those are going right into the bowl, and I'm gonna grab a spoon and just stir them up. Oh my gosh, that pumpkin pie spice smells so yummy. Then in my other bowl, what I'm gonna put in is my pumpkin. So this is about 1 cup of pumpkin puree. This is not pumpkin pie filling, this is just plain pumpkin. There we go, big plop in my bowl. And I've got 1/2 cup of maple syrup, so that's going in. So you know that this is gonna taste like fall with that maple syrup. I've got 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And then last but not least, I have just a little bit of brown sugar. You can use light or dark. That's going right in there. And now I'm gonna stir this up. And you know, I looked at a lot of pumpkin granola bar recipes when I was coming up with this. And this one is actually vegan, believe it or not. I'm not using eggs at all. I'm using that pumpkin to stick everything together. But this granola bar recipe also has a lot less sugar than some of the other recipes that you can find out there. And so that is a good thing, right? So there's my pumpkin mixture now. And now what I'm gonna do is just put it right into my granola mixture, that oatmeal and pumpkin pie spice mixture. So there's that. Oh, it smells so good, yay. And now I'm just gonna stir this all up together, and it's gonna end up to be a really, really, really thick batter. You know, if you have kiddos at home, this would be a great one that you can make with the kids, or they can make this on their own. If they can measure, they can make this. So, all right, it's almost all combined. And then I'm gonna put the final 2 ingredients in just a moment. And those final 2 ingredients, I'm using dates today for my dried fruit because I love dates and pumpkin together. And you know, I typically don't use the pre-cut dates, but for this recipe, I've tried it with the pre-cut or pre-chopped and with dates that I chop myself. And I actually do like the pre-chopped ones for this recipe because it keeps it a little bit drier and a little less sticky. So, oh, here we go. So I've got my base there. Now I'm gonna put in my chopped dates, and then I have pumpkin seeds, and these are toasted pumpkin seeds. They're natural, they have no salt, they're not roasted. Okay, now I've got all this together, and I'm gonna put on my gloves so that I can put it all into my 8x8 baking pan, and it can go pop into the 350 oven that I've got preheated behind me. And y'all, this is gonna take somewhere between 20 and 25 minutes to cook through. Remember, you don't really have anything raw in here, but you do want it to cook all the way so that it can absolutely stick together like granola bars. So here is my pan. I'll move this over just a little bit. And putting on my gloves, because that's easier. At home, you can certainly do this without gloves. And it's gonna go right into my pan here. Oh, I can't wait for these to bake because they're gonna be so good. And I'm really just trying to mash them down well into the pan. Here we go. So this recipe doubles really, really well. But when I double it, what I want to do is make sure I keep it in the 2 8x8 pans, because it doesn't have any eggs or anything like that. It won't stick together quite as well in a big pan, so I use 2 8x8 pans. So I'm gonna pop this into the oven, and then I'm gonna grab some of the granola bars that I made earlier and show you what they look like when they come out. Pretty much like this, but oh my gosh, they're so good. So let me put this in the 350 oven that's preheated behind me. And look at this, guys. Here's some that I made yesterday. And they're so good, they're so easy. I can't wait to have one with a cup of coffee right now. I hope you enjoyed that granola bar recipe. I hope you make it at home.